So, as we head towards the big battle with Dead End Crow and Ziggy, we have a outrun of the plan. It's called Operation Planet Eater. Hello everyone, and this is Anime Awakening, and today we're here to talk about chapter 180 of the Ethan Zero manga series. A very informational chapter that reveals a pattern linked between the Chronophase and Rebecca. Plus, doesn't the partnership between Ziggy and Dead and Crow seem a little bit shaky? We'll get to that in just a second. So let's start off with Ziggy. After all, it seemed like the partnership with Dead and Crow is only for the assistance of taking down the Ethan Zero. This is all because the Ethan 1 is currently out of action because it's trying to calculate the location of Mother. This of course brings up the question, why does Ziggy wish to meet Mother? Is it to steal her powers of wish making, or is it to make a wish of his own? Now what would the wish be that he would ask from Mother? Would it be making a world into a place where it's run by robots instead of humans? Now that's a possibility, but it does sound too basic for our antagonist. But then when looking at the deal made between Dead End Crow and Ziggy, Ziggy promises the Cockade cosmos to Dead End Crow. Which makes me think that either A, Ziggy will betray Crow, thus stealing his powers and making it a situation like it was with Nero, or making a wish with Mother that counteracts the destruction the Crow causes after obtaining that cosmos for a short period of time. I don't know, it was really quick with Ziggy's character in this chapter, but it does ask a lot of questions and keeps me intrigued moving forward. Now it's time for our weekly Libya and Rebecca cute segment, also known as giving us more reasons to speculate Libya's death. But now, with details of this plan in Planet Eater, what if Libya doesn't actually die, but instead she gets trapped on this planet of Leonard as it has its time eaten away? So I'm not sure if she physically would die because she never was on this planet in the time that this planet reverts back to, but at the same time, if she's just stuck there on the planet unable to leave, then we don't kill her off, but she's unable to kind of be with the crew, and thus she's not a part of the story anymore. Now this would go hand in hand with the guilt that Rebecca is already feeling upon hearing the connection between herself and the Chronophase. This is because the Chronophases attack planets that Rebecca has already visited before because of the Leaper ability. Whenever a planet has had its time messed with, then the Chronophases use that as like a signal and attack that planet, thus stealing and eating away that planet's time. So Hermit's plan here is to alert the Chronophase that is passing nearby the planet with Rebecca's Leaper ability acting as a signal to lure it there, thus eating the planet with Ziggy still on it. Now then, if we were to have Libya also stuck on that planet when his time has been eaten, this could lead us to a good development arc for Rebecca. She's just lost a friend due to using her powers, but because it's involved herself as well, it could also make it so she never wants to use her powers again, thus would have a hard time moving forward. Now I know I bring up a new prediction on Libya's death every single week, but this chapter does remind us that she is ready to die because she's accepted her fate already. Still though, it's a very sweet and wholesome segment of this chapter. So then, the plan. A simple rule of thumb is in any movie, book or TV show, once the plan is revealed to the audience, then it's known that the plan is not going to go how you envisioned it. Something is going to go wrong. The idea that Hermit explained has a tiny window of opportunity. Once the Chronophase approaches the planet, if they haven't gone off the planet in time, one mistake would be fatal. They would all be trapped there forever. Ziggy can use a form of teleportation / moving from one place to another. So he could easily escape once he figures out the plan and kind of save himself in regards. Ziggy would leave behind his crew members in a heartbeat, as they are replaceable as long as he has the information and knowledge he requires. Okay, so I don't know if the Ethan Zero know of Ziggy's power that he obtained from Nero. A part of me thinks they do because they would have seen Ziggy activating the bombs just before the time skip. Then again, they had so much on their mind at the time, they probably didn't process it as clearly as they possibly would have liked. However, with this power, Ziggy is going to be a massive issue. Leaving the chronophase debacle to one side, the fact is, their plan is to divide and conquer. One team will go after Dead and Crow, while the other team goes after Ziggy. Now if Ziggy has sort of any idea about them dividing and conquering their forces, then he can just shift himself to someone else, help them deal with the other team, thus making the fights a lot more easier for his own side. This is something that Ethan Zero and all their alliances are going to have to find a solution to midway through the fight. Now finally, the cover image. This image is simply stunning. My favourite female character of the series looking fantastic on the cover page. I guess my only complaint about this image is that it's not in colour. Overall, this was a good setup chapter that gives us some direction as to the way the series is going to kind of move forward in. I'm really interested to see how the crew plan will go and what changes are going to be made depending on the ever-changing circumstances. Seeing the small interactions between Elsie and Holy was still pretty cool as well, as we could see more conflict between them later on. I say this because it seems like Holy knows more about Crow's power than meets the eye, or that she's letting on. The line where she says having more people is better could be an indication that they're going to lose a lot of manpower. Is Elsie okay losing her crewmates? The art style looked really nice throughout, plus the close-up of Dead and Crow's face was good and I like his design. I do wonder though if he's got anything planned in terms of a betrayal, because there was one panel with Dead and Crow that looked like he was sort of biding his time and being sneaky when it came to his conversation with Ziggy. However, those were just my thoughts on this chapter. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review. If you have, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll be seeing you next time. Have a great day. Alligator, matane. Goodbye.